going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I really love the Ultimate Guard Flip and Trade deck box. I've done several reviews on it in the past, and so it's really great because when I want to do a review on the product, Ultimate Guard's actually kind enough to send me it so that I can review it for you guys, and then also give one away to you guys to pretty much spread the love of the products, because they are, in my opinion, the best products for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, or really any card game in general. So what Ultimate Guard actually did is they've sent me some additional products that they wanted me to review as well, and I figure it's the least I could do since they already have sent me, you know, things that I've wanted to review. If they want me to review some stuff in return, I figured, hey, what the hell. So today we're going to be reviewing what I'm calling the Ultimate Guard entry deck level series of deck boxes. So we have right here the Ultimate Guard Flip Deck Case 100, and then we have the Ultimate Guard Monolith Deck Case 100. So without further ado, I'm just going to break each one of them down and get right into it on what I like and what I don't like, and if I'd recommend it overall. So to start off, we have the Ultimate Guard Flip Deck Case 100. Both of these are 100 plus because they either hold 100 double-sleeved cards or 120 single-sleeved cards, so that's pretty good. For us Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, that isn't really too relevant, mainly because, you know, if you combine main, side, and extra deck in a 40-card deck, it's only 70 cards, and if you're playing a 60-card deck, that's only 90 cards total. But if you're playing Magic and some other card games, I know that the 100 to 120 actually does matter. And so, what I really like about this entry-level deck box is it's pretty much just the quintessential tiny little deck box that you could need for your cards. You know, there's nothing flashy, there's no little dice storage slot or anything like that. It doesn't like do anything like really like flashy or like ooh la la, like anything like that. It's honestly just a very nice designed upgrade from like your typical plastic deck box that you can buy for a couple bucks. It's really cool because just like all the other Ultimate Guard products, it has that Xenoskin texture, which I have fallen in love with because it really just feels so nice. It has a very good grip to it. Like when you're holding it, you know it's not going to slip out of your hand. And then it also has the very strong magnets that all the other Ultimate Guard products have as well. In this case, it has 4 magnets, which I was kind of surprised there's 4 magnets for a deck box this small, but they really want to make sure that your cards aren't going to fall out of the deck box. And on the inside, as you can see, it has the microfiber interior that I also love, mainly because a lot of deck boxes don't have like the interior done very nicely. The exterior might be beautiful, but then the interior is kind of just like very stale and doesn't really have any protection. So the microfiber is just, in my opinion, another very nice touch because it's just another added layer of protection for the cards. And I've been using my flip and tray now for, I mean, it's been forever. It's been so many years now. And like I said, this is just like a very, very more budget alternative to the flip and tray because depending on your budget, the flip and tray can be actually rather expensive. If you can find one, you know, around 25 to 30 bucks, I mean, that's pretty much what they go for, so it is a very much higher luxury type of item. But this deck box is anywhere from 10 to 15, I think, depending on the color. So if you want just a really nice deck box, just overall for just one deck that you're playing, it's very compact, it's very comfortable. I love the way it grips in your hand. It has like just I have like somewhat large hands, like I don't have very wide hands or like very sausagey hands. I don't really know like the best way to like explain it, but I have big hands. And like with my hands wrapped around this, it actually fits comfortably in my hands. So it's very compact, it's very light. The cards don't move around too much in it, and overall, it's a very good deck box. And if you don't want to spend, you know, 25 to 30 bucks on the flip and tray, I feel like this makes a very good alternative. Now, for the downsides of this, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the flip and tray, so there's going to be a lot of comparisons here to that because I think that is the best deck box, period. I do miss the fact that there is like the compartment for the dice and stuff because when you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially if you're playing like Magic or Pokemon, because there's like damage counters and dice that you need for like everything, it's very good to have a compartment where you can put that stuff, and it just makes it easier because then you don't need to have it in your pocket or you don't need to have it in like anything really. So I feel like the deck box I wish there was like just a little tiny like addition to the bottom that you could like store that stuff, or to the side or something like that. But again, this is supposed to be a very, very basic level deck box, and it's kind of like, you know, if you want those extra things, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more for it, which is understandable. So if you just want very run-of-the-mill basic, this is what you would go for. Like I said, you can find them on Amazon, maybe eBay, for about 10 to 15 bucks. I think it really just depends on the color that you want, it's why the price varies. But yeah, overall, it's a very solid deck box, very durable. The Xeno skin, it will last you a very long time. I mean, like I said, I've had my flip and tray for so long now, and the Xeno skin is still holding up incredibly well after, you know, rolling around in my backpack and things like that. So that's going to be it for the first one, and now we're going to move on to the Monolith deck box. Now, this one's really interesting, as you can tell. So it's a lot taller, and the reason it's a lot taller is because the top actually comes off here. You can hear that snap when I just pulled it off. The top actually comes off. Your cards would be placed here, and then you actually have a second tray to hold the rest of your cards, which that's really interesting. And then on top of that too, if that weren't enough, there is also a dice tray on the bottom, which is what I was complaining about with the first deck box. So it is actually a compartment where you can put dice, counters, you know, any of that stuff. And it actually kind of fits very snugly without even really noticing it. You hear that snap again. That snap's really good because you know it's secure. I can just do it one more time. Like, here it is right now. You hear that snap. Like, you know for a fact it's going to be secure in there. So this is a really interesting deck box. It has a very, like, I love like the monogram, like the chromatic monogram on the front. It looks really nice. They have a wide selection of colors, and there are these very vibrant looking colors. This is the amber color right here, and it's overall, it's a very interesting design. The cool thing about this is it holds the same amount of cards as the flip deck case that I just showed you earlier, but the interesting thing about it is like I said, the fact that this part comes off, and then you have like two separate compartments for your cards. Now, personally, I find this a little bit weird because I wouldn't really see an instance where I'd want to like keep my cards in the deck box. Like, maybe if I have like my side deck or something like in here, I could possibly see that, but I don't really understand what the second the second case would be for. I don't know, like, if you keep like your extra deck in one thing and then your side deck in the other, which that just seems kind of very counterproductive to me, but it's a very interesting design overall, and it does look kind of cool. The material on the outside is a little bit weird. I don't exactly know what this material is called, but it has a very interesting texture to it. It feels like somewhat, I don't want to say gelatinous, but it feels like it has like a very, I really don't know how to describe it. There's like, it's a smooth texture, but it also has like, it feels like your fingers kind of slide off of it a little bit. It doesn't really have as much grip as in my opinion, as the Xeno skin, and I feel like it's an acquired taste for the type of material that this is made out of. Like I said, I'm really trying to find a way to describe what this material is made out of, but it's very, it almost feels like you're rubbing like your fingers up against like very, some weird type of like leather or something. It's like almost like oily leather. That's kind of the best way to describe it, which is a really weird kind of texture, I know, but yeah, so that's the best way to describe it. So the Monolith is cool, like I said, because it has the case for the dice and the counters and everything, which the other box does not, but it's just a weird design in my opinion. Like, as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I don't really see like the purpose of this. If you like the aesthetics of it and how it looks, then this would kind of be like why you would buy this deck box in my opinion, because in some of the other colors on top of this, like, the colors are extremely vibrant and they just really pop. So if you're really into color, like if your favorite color is like blue or green or something, they have very vibrant colors of this that I've seen. I just don't have that one here specifically, but I feel like that would be the selling point, is if you really like, you know, color, like very neon bright colors. That would be the selling point for me in my opinion. The cool thing is, between this deck box and the first deck box, they're actually about the same price. They're in kind of the $10 to $15 price range, so like I said, that's why I paired them together in the entry level, because they're kind of the same. You know, if you're gonna buy one or the other, it's kind of up to you between these two in the Ultimate Guard line of products. So, overall, what are my thoughts? Like I said, my personal opinion, I prefer the flip deck case just because I really love the Xeno skin. I just think it's very simple. Although it doesn't have the dice tray, I really love the fact that it's just very simple, it's very clean, it fits perfectly in your hand. Overall, it's just a very clean-cut design. The monolith is, like I said, I feel like if you really like the color of it, that's going to be the thing that sells you. Or if you want the dice tray in addition to a regular deck box, I think that'll sell you as well. But overall, I'm not too much of a fan of the exterior. The texture, like I said, feels very, I don't want to say grimy, that's not the correct word, but it just has like this kind of like oily-ish texture to it that just feels, it's not for my personal taste, but it just has a texture that I'm not exactly a fan of. But overall, I mean, like I said, if you're playing a different type of card game and you really like the modular design of this, of how it can come out and into pieces and store your cards different ways, then, you know, this would be the deck box for you. But ultimately, what I feel is, if you're going to go one way or the other on this, I personally feel like if you can manage to scrape up the extra 10 bucks for the regular flip-in tray, that would be the best way to go, because that's going to have pretty much the best of both of these combined in one deck box, and it's going to last you a really long time. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of these two deck boxes, and if you hashtag Ultimate Guard in the comments, one of you guys will actually win one of these deck boxes. So be sure to let me know which one was your favorite, and if you haven't already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh content, and back me on Patreon if you haven't already, because just by donating $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to bring you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thank you guys so much again. We'll see you next time.